I hope everyone is doing okay. I made a video yesterday, like expressing myself out in the best way I could do it, like about how the family system works here in the United States, especially New York, where I'm residing. And I had a lot of private messages from friends. And they're like, "Are you okay? Like, you're trying to kill yourself? Like, what is going on? Like, are you okay? Like, you need me to go there?" And I was like, no, like, I just want to express it out because I want to let it out. Yeah, I want people to know that there's a problem in society right now. It's been going on for a long time, but right now it's expressing itself. It's expressing that problem is expressing itself. Like the rule of all society's problems right now is the family. Because guess what? Everybody comes from a family. And if your family is broken, guess what? You're gonna have a broken society. But people don't see it like that. You go to family court, and the first thing they do is to separate the parents, and then they throw it to the ring like a fight. Whoever wins wins. It doesn't matter about morality or whatsoever. No morality whatsoever. It's about who can prove that has more power and more money to win this fight. There's no morality, no morality, and men are treated like, I'm not gonna say the word, but we're treated like we are nothing to a family. Like one of my lawyers told me one point, like, the system is created for deadbeat dads. But I wasn't that one. But they created me like that. Like they want me to be that. I'm not that, but they didn't get me to that point. That's why I'm like reciting because I'm like, let me stop it right here because if I continue this, I'm gonna turn into a different person, and I'm not. I'm not gonna let them do that. So and I wanted people to know like there's a problem and we need to fix it. There's people that need to do something about it. Like I'm speaking out because I want the people on the top to hear this thing. I want people to know that there is a problem on your system and that you need to work it out. Politicians need to get involved. All this, we gotta stop being all this corrupted. It's corrupted left and right, everywhere. Like I said, they put the parents to fight. So I pay a lawyer, she pays a lawyer. Oh, if you don't have money, don't worry about it. The government will take taxes from the hardworking people and pay for psychologists and lawyers so you can keep them fighting as long as you want to fight. And you will be in a fight for as long as the kid gets older, 21 years old. Imagine you fighting 21 years old. A fight that is unfair. So they're just making money out of you. It's a business. Sorry to cut it like that, but it's a business. There's no morality. They don't care about the kids. They say, yeah, let's pay these psychologists. They do this. They don't do nothing, those psychologists. They don't. They don't. I explained it this way. Look at all this movement we have. We have the LGBTAQAI and all the other letters. We have the Black Lives Matter movement that was fighting for the black people right. But then it turned into something else. Like the LGBT. Like I can speak as a man. As a heterosexual man, I cannot speak because they will call, oh, you're homophobic. No, I'm homophobic, by the way. Many of my friends are gay, and some of them are, and don't say it. So, my first girlfriend, she turned to be a lesbian. So, you know, I just, like, that's why even the flag, the LGBTA, it's like you have different colors on your flag. You have to understand this. That's why you have made colors, because we all different. Where I come from, a black person, we call it negro. Nigga. Where the word nigga comes from, negro. We call it negro. White, we call it blanco, white. A handicapped person, we call it mocho, or a handicap. A people one eye, we call it tuerto, which means one eye. We call it in front of their face. You know why? Not because we're trying to be mean. It's because we're trying for you to embrace who you are. Like, we know who you are. Be you. We don't care. Be you. Be happy. Like, we know you have defects. And I'm not saying, now they're going to say, like, oh, you see, you're telling us that we have defects. I'm not saying you have defects. Like, the LGBT. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that embrace yourself as who you are. Be who you are. I come from the Dominican Republic, but Very humble people back home in some areas. Very corrupted right now. Like, I left the country because of corruption. But when I came here, I realized it was even worse because it was more educated corruption. You barely see it. You barely see that. Look at right now, society. You guys are fighting for your feelings and your emotions of what you want to do behind your curtains. There is technocrats right now making billions of dollars of your suffering. There's 30 millions of dollars, 30 millions of people right now without a job. There's millions of people right now getting homeless. But the technocrats are making billions of dollars. And people are embracing it, like being happy about it. Like, when is enough for those people? When is going to be enough? Those people have so much money that I'll say it like this. The grandchildren or the grandchildren will wipe their butt with $100 bills, and they still have money enough for generations to come. And they still want more. Don't you think it's enough? Enough is enough. Like, how much is enough? And all this, like, people, yeah, we're going to have a Green Deal, we're going to have this. Let me tell you, I come from, like I said, I am from the Dominican Republic, third world country. Okay, I come from a very poor place. You know where your garbage goes? Do you know where American garbage goes? It goes to our oceans. We got corrupted politicians, like I say, they buy your garbage, that you pay tickets if you don't recycle properly. If you don't recycle properly, they give you a ticket. And guess where all those go? They go back home in our ocean. I remember when in the 90s, like, you couldn't even swim in the northern part of the island because they dropped some things over there. And every time you get in the water, you get rashes. But you have to recycle. You know? It's all the way we live. Like, the chemicals that they use here, all the food industry, it's like they throw out tons and tons of food every day. I work in the food industry. Tons and tons of food. When I got here, I started working, I feel sad about all the things they wasted here. Because they have to keep the prices up. They throw everything to garbage. And because you cannot give food away here, you know why? Because if I get sick, you sue me. Then you'll become a millionaire because I try to be kind to you. So they don't want you to be kind or nothing. Like I said, there's no morality. Like, you try to be kind to a person because it doesn't have any food. But if you give him that food and he needs to get sick, you get in real big trouble. So you cannot be kind to people. That's why, especially here in New York, people become very cold. Very machine-y, like machine type. We become robots. We work. And we forget that we live in a world that, even a tree matters. Because if we don't have no trees, there's no oxygen. If there's no oxygen, there's no life as we know it. But we're teaching the wrong things. Like, my kindergarten, like a couple of months ago, he had a class. It was like a comb, like, who made the first comb, like the modern comb, like the comb, like you comb your hair, which I don't care, which I don't have any. Like, is that a deep question for kids? Is that something that you make a kid question things? Because in kindergarten, you should question things like, for example, how this computer works, how the Chromebook that you have works, how the internet works. It will question them to a different angle. It will open the brain. But a comb, what question is going to have about it? What? So as a society, we have to think what is best for the next one. And I think we're not on the right path because we're not fighting properly. We're letting ourselves drag into whatever agenda the other party has, or whatever agenda the technocrat has. Because they're dragging you there. They're dragging us there. Like I said, there are a lot of millions of people. I'm not going to say the right amount because I don't know the right amount. Not even then, though, the right amount of people that are getting homeless. They're starving right now. There's no jobs. whatsoever. And all these little people, amount of people, making billions of dollars, becoming billionaires and billionaires. And nobody saying nothing about it. But you want to fight about something that is not relevant right now. And I'm not saying not relevant in a way like that's your sexual desires. The black people, they were fighting for their rights. I get it. I get some points of it. But then it became something else. Something that got out of narrative. And like that's why you don't hear it. Because they took the narrative out of it. Like you're always gonna have racist people. You're always gonna have all that. Because like I said, even your flag, like the LGBTA, all those letters, you have different colors. So you cannot break a person to like the way you are. Like I'm not gonna break you the way you are because I like the way I am, you like the way you are. We have to accept each other for who we are. And that's a society. That's how we live. New York especially. We have different cultures right here. Like different cultures. We got Indian, Chinese, everywhere. Caribbean people, from everywhere. So we need to get together. We need to leave some parts of us and come together. But we're not doing that. They putting us to fight. They putting us to fight. But you don't see that. Like people are not seeing this. And where are we gonna go with all this? Where? Where are we gonna be? Like we need to focus in the main thing. And the main thing is family. All those social problems, if we help a family, we could have a better future. But how are you gonna have a future with no family? Where you gonna run to? Where you gonna run to? When you feel sad? When you feel lonely? Where? Where you gonna run? You won't have a place to go because you don't have a place to go home. And like I said, I'm not homophobic. Like I said, I have a lot of friends, they get very good friends. And they know who I am. So I don't need to explain to other people that I'm mad. Because I know I'm probably gonna have that. Because the way I speak. That I get along with everybody. Like I said, I come from a third world country. I'm even myself brown, what you call brown. So, you have to be who you are. And you have to be who you are. Like I say, back home we call you for who you are. And it's not we trying to be mean. It's just we trying for you to embrace yourself. To like yourself. Be who you are. But the only thing I don't like is when you try to be sexual in front of a 2-year-old, 1-year-old, 3-year-old. Because even myself, I didn't kiss my wife passionately in front of the kids. Because why am I doing that in front of the kids? Like it will get them to another state. It will question them. It will make them think deeper stuff. Like I said about the computer. It will question them. It will make a question about deep things. And that's where I'm not with it. Because you have to realize that kids are a sponge of society. Like they take everything. So you open the sexual part of them. Like at a very early age. You can be who you are. Like your sexual stuff, leave it when you put your curtains down. That's your problem. Like it's my problem when I close mine. And like you wanna be free, but we have to limit things. Even guns have to be limited. Like they have to be controlled. Like why you sell an assault rifle to a civilian? What is he gonna hunt? I heard of deers coming out. Like you're gonna kill 100 deers in one shot. How are you gonna skin all that? Now the animal cruelty, because you cannot speak about anything. The animal cruelty, that's animal cruelty. That's life. Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. Like I said with the technocrats right now. They've been on top, on power, on top. They taking the power of all of us. They taking the power of all of us because they distracting you from what you should be focused on. And what you should be focused on is on family. Well, I'm not gonna go any deeper, but that's all I had to say. You can call me whatever the hell you want, all the people, because you're always gonna have angry people. I'm not homophobic. I don't go against black. I'm black myself. It's just we have to educate ourselves for what's a better society, not for what technocrats want, because that's where we're going.